Hi everyone. Today we'll be discussing the LeetCode problem of the day from number of operations to move ones to the end. So here you're given a binary string consisting 0 and 1s. You can perform the following operation on the string number of times. Choose any index I from the starting where I plus 1 is less than the string length such that the current character is 1 and the next character is 0. Then you can move the character s of I to the right until it reaches the end of the string or until it reaches another 1. So for example, if you have the string like this, so 0. So you can pick this character, which is a 1, and the next character is a 0. So you can move this 1 to the right until it reaches the end of the string or until there is another 1. So this 1 keeps moving to the right until you reach this 1. So after the operation, the string becomes 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. So in one operation, you have moved this 1 to here. So you can also pick this one. So if you pick this one, this keeps moving to the right until the end of the string or until you find another one. So in that case, the updated string will be follows. So this one has moved to the end of the array. And after doing these operations in any order, you have to return the maximum number of operations you are able to perform on the string. So let's look at the input. The first input is 1, 0, 0, 1. So on this, in the first operation, he's moving this one until it reaches here. So in first step, the string will transform to 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. In the second operation, this one it just goes here. So it is 0, 0, 1, 1. And in the third operation, this one goes here. And in the fourth operation, this one goes here. So after doing 4 operations, uh, your string will be something like this. And then all ones. So on the string, you can see you can't perform the operation anymore because there is no 0 to the right of any one. So the operation stops. And the maximum number of operations you are able to perform is 4. And if we see the second input, uh, it is 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. Again, on the string, there is no 0 to the right of a 1. So you can't perform any operations on this string. So the output is 0. And coming to the constraints, the string length will be at max 10 power 5 and the characters in the string will be only 0 or 1. Now let's go with the approach. So suppose we take the first input. Now on this string, we can perform the operations on any order. So let's see what happens when we pick the ones from right to left. So this one can't change because there's no 0 to the right of it. So if you see this one, you can move it to the right in one operation. So in one step, we'll have something like this. And after that, you can move this one to here in the next step. So it is in 2 steps, you reach this string. And in the final operation, you can move this one as well. So if you see, only in 3 operations, you're able to reach this. But in the question, he wants you to return the maximum number of operations that you can perform. So if we perform the operations, if we pick the ones from right to left, the number of operations will be minimized. But instead, if we pick the ones from left to right, the operations will increase. And they will increase because uh, suppose we see this one. In this example, this one has moved only one time and then it reached the end. But what if we perform the operation from left to right? So in the first step, this one will reach here. So we'll have something like this. So after this, because this is 0 here, this one has a scope to reach, to move again. So this one will contribute one more step to the answer. Let me take another example. To 1. So in this example, if we perform the operations from right to left, so this one will move to the end in one operation. Then this one will move to the end in one operation. This one will move to the end in one operation. So total 3 operations, all the ones will reach to the end. And after that, you can't do any operations. But since we want to maximize it, let's see what happens when we do from left to right. So first, if you move this one, the string will be 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. So in one operation, you have moved this one until it reaches another one. Now after this, you can see this one can be moved again. So that means this one will reach to the end, and also this one will follow it and reach to the end. So if you do 2 more operations, these both set of ones will move till here. So after 2 operations, you will have the string like this, 1, 0, 1. Now again we can see we have 3 set of ones together, and after that we have a 0. So again, these 3 ones can move till the end. So in 3 operations, the string will be like this. In 3 operations, these 3 ones will travel to the back. 1, 1, 1. And after this, you can't do any more operations. So the total operations is 6. Let me just expand this step. So we can clearly see these 3 ones will contribute to 3, the answer. Because in the first operation, this one goes to the end, and then this one moves here, and this one moves here. So these 3 ones will contribute 3 for them to reach the back. So from this, what we saw is we have to iterate, we have to keep moving the ones from left to right and keep track of the current number of ones. So let me just write it again. Two ones. Yeah, suppose we have a string like this. So initially we'll keep a counter which will currently store the number of ones, and we'll also take another answer, another variable which will count the total number of moves. So when you start iterating on the string, let's take another one here. So if the current character is a 1, then you'll increment this 1 counter. So next you move here, it's a 1, so you'll increase the 1 counter. After this, when you encounter a 0, you'll check if the next character of it is a 1. In that case, then you will be able to move all these ones to the right. So for this 0, the next one is a 0, so you can't do anything. So you'll continue. Now when you reach this 0, you can see that the next character is a 1. So that means whatever the number of ones you have previously, all those ones you can move it until this character. So in your moves, you will add answer. You will add the ones, which is 2. That means after doing this, all these ones have moved till here. Let me visually write what happens here. So in two operations, these ones have moved here. 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Let me take a 0 also at the end. Or So this is the input string, and after iterating on the 2 ones, and here you find a 0, and it is followed by a 1. So you can move all these ones to the until they reach this 0. So in 2 operations, you have reached this state. So you were at here. Next, you will move here. You see a 1. You will increment the ones counter. Then again, you are here. So you'll increment the ones counter again. Is 4. So after this, you see a 0. But to the right of the 0, you don't see a 1, so you continue. So again, you move here. Again, the same thing. There is no 1 following the 0, so you continue. Now, when you're at this 0, you can see that after the 0, you have a 1. That means whatever the ones we have so far, you can move all of them until this point. So in your moves, you have 4 ones totally so far. So in your moves, you will add a 4. So in 4 operations, all these ones will move until this point. So the updated string will be 0, then all 4 ones, then the remaining string. So total number of moves is 6 so far, and you'll move to the next character. So the next character is a 1, so you'll increase the ones counter. Then your next character is a 0. This time 0 doesn't have anything to the right. So in this case also, we can move all the ones to the end. So either to the right of the 0, you should have a 1, or either the 0 should be the last character. Then also you can move all the ones to the right. So you have 5 ones totally so far. So in your moves, you will add a +5. That means all these ones can be moved to the back of the array. So in 5 more steps, the resulting string will be like this: 1 1 1. And after this, the next step, you will go out of bound and the for loop stops. So the total number of moves required, maximum number of moves you can make is 2 plus 4 plus 5, which is 11. Now let's quickly code the approach. So let me take two variables for ones and the moves, also string length. So if the current character is a 1, then we'll simply increment the ones counter. Else means the current character is 0. Else if the current character is 0 and the next character is a 1. So if the current character is 0 and the next character is a 1, in that case, like we discussed, we'll add all of the ones so far to the number of moves. Moves plus equal to ones. And at the end, we'll return answer. But here, suppose we are at the last character. The last character is 0. So this will go out of bound. So for that, we have to make another check. If I plus 1 is equal to the last, or so if it's not the last character, then we check if the next character is equal to 1. So in that case, we'll just add the number of ones so far to the moves. And at the end, return the moves. Submit. Yeah, and it works. Finally, let's do the time and space complexity analysis. So for the time complexity, since we're iterating on the string only once, it will be order of n. And the space complexity will be constant because we are just taking the variables ones, move, n, and just the iterator I. I also have the code in Python. If anyone wants to view it, I'll add this in the description as well. Let's catch up in the next video.